A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I'd finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure. But instead, adventure found me. In our darkest moments, when life flashes before us, we find something that keeps us going. Something that pushes us.
Hello everybody, it's Kuddlesnot, and welcome to the... Shut up, Laura. It's not like you're tied up on the ceiling or anything. And welcome to the Tomb Raider 100% walkthrough. I guess I'll preface that with Tomb Raider 2013. Because this ain't Big Boobs McGee version. This is not ridiculously oversexed version. Still some sex, but not quite to the extreme that the original was, and we all know that's what made it great. Not in the gameplay, because some of the original gameplay was pretty bitchin'. But yeah, this is the 2013 reboot, and also get used to this. Laura is gonna fall a hell of a lot. I was seriously considering making a fall meter, like count the number of times Laura falls on her ass and yet has no broken bones. But I decided against that because that would be way too much work for me. But I would be very interested in that actual number because it is a ridiculous amount. Anyway, I was going to say that as this is a reboot of the franchise, this is technically a whole brand new Lara Croft. Excuse me, Lara Croft. Lara Croft. Lara Croft. So all you purists out there, please don't crucify me for if I say Laura, like Laura by accident. I know it's Laura, but yeah, that's really not important enough to retrain myself how to say it. And if it is, I apologize. But it is what it is. I'll try to say Laura as often as possible. Laura, 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 Laura. Who was I heard of him? Crazy Man. Anyway, now I'm just kind of like, you know, following around this linear path. There's not a whole lot to figure out. I guess the only thing so far is pick up that torch back there. And I'll light it on. There's not going to be any collectibles for quite a while. You know, maybe another 20 minutes or so. So now we just have to mosey along and learn about the game mechanics, including this, survival instincts. Which I must say are very useful. If anything, they make the game a little too easy. But still, you know, I can definitely see the point of them, and it's done very, very well. Oh my god, Crazy Man wants to kill me! Ah! No, 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 you know. Quick time event. Succeeded. I have actually some interesting observations about this character in particular, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think about that? But I'll look at those in a little bit. Anyway, like I was saying, this is a whole brand new Lara Croft. This is technically a different character altogether from the original Lara Croft that we know and fantasize about. As you know, some of the origins are the same, but it kind of splits off from there, where the people actually consider this a whole new timeline, which, kind of like in the original Star Treks versus the new Star Trek movies, they can do whatever they want, which has its advantages and disadvantages, although in this case I think it's definitely an advantage. Although again, we'll kind of talk about the story in general a little bit later. Alright, so now we got our first real puzzle.
What kind of contraption is this?
I don't know, it's a puzzle contraption. And we gotta burn down these white stakes. That's what those white claws means, that you can burn them. And, you know, it's never really too unclear what you're supposed to do in terms of, you know, what you're supposed to burn, ever. So that's not really something really important about. But anyway, so after we burn that, and we see all of these treasures flowing into being blocked, or flowing into the blocked area. Go up here, slide them into the cage, fill it all up. Then we can jump back over here and go back over to the cage. So I guess another question worth answering is this game worth 60 bucks? And my answer would be no. Simply because a big portion of that 60 bucks is of course the multiplayer, which is not very good. Actually, I mean, I can't take that back. It's not very good because it's extremely generic. It's not poorly done, if you will, but it's just not that great. It's average. And there's plenty of really great ones out there that you'll much rather sink your time into. So I guess that kind of puts like the overall, I would say, oh my god! We're falling. I'd say the overall, like, you know, maximum price I would pay is, let's say 40 bucks. I'd say this is definitely 40 bucks worth of story here. I really, really wish, this has been said by multiple sources, and I definitely agree with them, that they spent that development time they put into multiplayer into more single player, because the single player is so well done. You know, that could also be a double-edged sword where there would be too much of it, but I really doubt it, because there's some parts that could easily have been fleshed out in the story and would have been, the whole thing would have been just as awesome. Anyway, Crazy Man back there does not look like the enemies that we see later. So I would argue that it could quite easily be someone that's actually trying to help her. Like a survivor from another ship or plane that wrecked there, you know, years before, and he didn't fall into the trap of all the bad guys that we will soon find out about, and was legitimately trying to help her, and he just kills her. But hey, maybe that's just me. Maybe he is, you know, just lying to her. But I think he might actually be an innocent And on the kind of like, train of thought that this is a completely different Laura and, a reboot of the series and all that, I would argue that the character Lara Croft, is well known enough
Where are they?
that you could sell the franchise on that. You could call this game Lara Croft. And you don't need to recall it Tomb Raider. And I actually don't like the fact that it's called Tomb Raider because you don't really raid tombs.
Okay.
And again,
Take it slow.
not again. There's a lot of stuff that I reference, kind of giving my overall thoughts right now, that will soon become apparent as we play through the game. But there's also a hell of a lot that I like about it. I like that it's very similar to the Uncharted series. Because, I mean, the Uncharted series is fucking awesome. And it's definitely just as strong of a character in a similar, sort of game. And I'm completely okay with that. Because Uncharted was definitely largely driven by cinematic storytelling, just as this game is. So, and the obvious platform similarities and third-person action shooting. The similarities are uncanny, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. We kind of fall into the trap of, is it like Darksiders? Is it as unoriginal, or is it an homage, or is it, is it a ripoff? And I would argue no, because such a huge part of Uncharted is the story.
Come on.
And the gameplay has become generic. Well, I mean, they didn't pioneer that sort of gameplay, they just kind of perfected it. Because Laura, the original Tomb Raiders did really have that sort of gameplay. Maybe, different sorts of gunplay than the Uncharted series. But did have that sort of original, 3D gameplay. So it influenced, the original Tomb Raiders influenced Uncharted, and then Uncharted definitely influenced this version of Tomb Raider. So it's kind of like just come full circle. So I really don't feel like the ripoff is a good argument here, especially if you call this a ripoff, then Darksiders is definitely a ripoff, which I'm kind of, split down the middle, as you guys know.
Sam! They must have come this way. Sam? Roth? Can anyone hear me? I've got to find them.
Alright, so we kind of give my overall impressions. And no matter how much you press X, you cannot go up there. And there's another one of our infamous falls that we will come to know and love. And I'm kind of giving my overall thoughts. So I think I kind of, summed it all up. Good game, like it a lot. Worth maybe $40 or less. Just because you can kind of throw away the multiplayer component. And yeah, that's kind of my sum of the game. Anyway, so now let's actually play the goddamn thing. So, first off, you see right there that floating hanging skull thing? That is a challenge collectible, and we will be coming back once we get the bow to shoot it in the face. Yeah, it's just like Darksiders, there is skulls. So we need to come up with a skull arrow face or something. I don't know, I'll think about it. Brainstorm.
Looks abandoned. Is anyone listening? Please respond.
Here's the soon-to-be world-famous archaeologist, Lara Croft, in her native habitat. She's on the hunt for the lost kingdom of Yamatai, home to the fabulous Himiko, mythical Sun Queen, and ancestor of yours truly.
Sam, this is serious.
Oh, sweetie, I know. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here. Everyone's so on edge. What are you so worried about?
I'm close to something. I'm sure of it. I just don't know if the others will listen. Or even if they should.
Lara, you know this stuff better than anyone. Seriously, I'm not just saying this to make you feel better. I trust you, Roth trusts you. You got this. Now let's take a break, okay?
Okay, okay. And Sam, thanks.
She's not always this serious, you know?
Come on, tackle it! No, it's your chance!
How can you suggest I'm not serious about this expedition, Laura? It's not just Sam's family funding us. I put my savings on the line, too.
We've all got some kind of stake in this. The funding won't last forever, Whitman.
That's precisely why we should push east, not west.
No one believes Yamatai is that far east. The books simply don't support it.
Well, whoever wrote those books never found Yamatai.
I've talked to Roth about this. There's no point in following in other people's footsteps, Dr. Whitman.
I refuse to bet my reputation on your hunch. I'm the lead archaeologist here.
And when were you last in the field without a TV crew behind you?
Got 30 years experience, 2 PhDs, 1 in East Asian history. So why don't you just stick to boats, Mr. Grimm?
Ship, Dr. Whitman. It's a ship. You don't need a PhD to know
Look,
that.
going east will take us directly into the Dragon's Triangle. That's where we need to go.
Lara, my little bird. I'd follow you almost anywhere, but that place has a bad energy.
Bad storms, more like. Makes the Bermuda Triangle look like Disney World. Sign me up.
The stories about Queen Himiko say she could summon storms. Myths are usually based on some version of the truth. What if Yamatai was somewhere in the triangle itself?
Look, this is the satellite imagery from inside the Dragon's Triangle.
That doesn't look good.
If it's wet, I can sail on it.
Oh, don't tell me you're seriously
Reyes is right. We don't have the funds to piss about. It's now or never. Lara's offering fresh ideas and a plan. I'm the captain here. It's my decision. We're going into the Dragon's Triangle.
Why am I even here?
All right. No, you can't. You gotta play the go blah blah blah. I can't talk today. No, you can't sit your ass down. You gotta go play the goddamn game. Oh gosh, so beautiful in the wild. We're gonna go kill a bunch of them. And up there, that flashing thing. That's right. We're gonna go grab that sucker as well. Don't worry. But first, we gotta get
What's going on?
a weapon.
Wait, I can use that bow.
That's right, Sherlock. Aren't you the smarty pants? Pick up some arrows. Scramble up the wall. And let's grab us a bow. In case you're wondering, there is a ancient Japanese island culture called Yamatai that no one's quite sure where it was. And the books say it's overseen by a sorceress queen, Himiko. Not that she has any power over storms, if you will, but definitely a feared figure.
You can have the best form and technique in the world, but it won't mean a thing if you can't focus.
Okay, Roth.
Any weapon is focus.
Alright. So let's charge up that sucker and get ourselves our first arrow skull destruction. And we only get 10 of those, so that's not going to be like a full LP thing, unfortunately. And so yeah, so Yamatai is a real kind of fabled place. And here's our first document here in this truck. I'm not going to read all those things. That'll just take forever. So there's a real place called Yamatai that they're not quite sure where it was, or I mean, it's kind of like, you know, a fabled place, but it seems quite likely that it was somewhere because there's such strong, like, you know, evidence for it. It's not like Atlantis where it's got like a passing reference by Plato or not Plato or Aristotle or whoever. And alright, so now I'm just kind of farting around. Okay, let's kill some deer by shooting them in the head. Or failing to shoot them in the head. We'll shoot this one first. You want to go for the headshots because body shots takes 2 or 3. And then... Oh, are you charging me? No, you're not. You're dying. Anyway, we only need 1 for right now. And our... Isn't our first... No, our second one's back over there. Okay, let's go get this cutscene.
Sorry.
Where was I? They don't know where Yamatai is, but it's probably quite likely a real place at some point. I was led by a sun queen, just a queen, not sun queen, excuse me, by the name of Hibiko. Although, again, they do not know about that much. And she is said to be, you know, a sorceress, may have magical powers. But, no you don't. I shot him, but I ran out of arrows. But that's about where the similarities end. There is a dragon's triangle as well. See, now I want to shoot stuff. I don't have any goddamn arrows. There's a dragon's triangle as well, also known as the devil's triangle, or devil's sea. And there is deer fucking everywhere. And oh, there's my arrow in its butt. Let's put it out of its misery. And now it's in its neck. Now it's in its butt again. That is a terrible way to die via rectal trauma. Alright, so these plants right here, they're numerous, they're all over the place, and they respawn. So we're not going to like collect all of them, but if you do see them, might as well grab it because you get 10 experience. Alright, so now let's get back on track. We have 1 skull, we have the document, so let's go get skull number 2. And then we'll get back to shooting things. I guess we'll shoot something right now. And then just waste 2 arrows. And there is skull number 2. Wonderful. And right here we get GPS number 1.
Kind of container. Who left these behind?
I don't know who left those behind. Maybe we'll find out if we continue to play the game. And well, don't worry. We will find out. And here is GPS cache number 2. Oh, don't run away. I want to shoot you in your head.
Did someone want these to be found?
Maybe. Let's grab those arrows. I don't know why I didn't grab them. Okay, and there is skill number 3. Arrow skull destruction. I forgot what I said originally. Oh no, it's already starting. I'm already losing it. And number 4. Here we go. Beautiful. And let's find 1 more deer to shoot in the face. Or a rabbit works for right now. So there is quite a few achievements related to killing animals, but don't worry, we will get all of them. We will murder plenty of furry, fuzzy, cute little things. So don't you worry your pretty little vegan head about it. And there is also something called hunting out an area. And that's when you kill so much stuff that the game doesn't want you to like spam experience, so it stops you, and everything you kill after that only gives you 1 experience. And that only really seems to happen and really noticeably anyway, in this particular area, in this first area. Because after this, you can hunt out, but then if you come back, and we can't open these yet, but these are salvage crates. Just kind of jumping around. Oh, I wanted these. Yeah, that's what I wanted. If you even after you come back to this area, the hunted out part will go away, and you can just kill unlimited number of deer. So it's really kind of meaningless. It's just to prevent you from staying here and spamming a bunch of experience before you go to the campfire for the first time. This is what I feel like what it's supposed to do. Alright, so we got 2 GPSs, 4 totems, and now I'm just trying to hunt out the area, so we gotta find some more things to murder. Oh, there's a rabbit that's gonna die. Go. Gotta be a bird I can shoot. There we go. And I missed. Oh, there's another. It's gonna be dead rabbit. Oh my god, it's a rabbit! Okay, rabbit. This guy limping? Well, it's not gonna matter. He's gonna be dead. Unless I miss. Won't miss this one. Oh no, he changed direction. Come back here, you son of a bitch. You know you want to die. You know you want to die. There we go. Region hunted out. Only a small amount of XP can now be gained for hunting in this region. But that's temporary. It says I've been cutting in and out, and you guys might be disoriented now. This is the pathway back up to camp. Kind of split it right here. So the last thing we need to get before we head back towards camp is that flashing GPS thing we saw. Which is right here. Hey, buddy. GPS cache number 3. And now we can go back to camp. And we'll do 2 more things before we wrap up this episode. We will run right past camp and shoot our final floating, hanging skull thing in the face with an arrow. Not final, just final for this episode. And though we only got 5 more left, so it's not gonna last very long. Anyway, that's all the collectibles. So now let's explain base camp. So these bad boys allow you to do 3 things. They allow you to skills, like it tells you right there, and fast travel, and upgrade your weapons. So we can't do the other 2 at the moment, so we'll just give ourselves a skill. What do we want? We want to optimize the amount of experience we get, because we can't do salvage yet. That's not till like the next episode, so that'll be soon, but not quite yet. So let's maximize the amount of XP we get, and then after that we want to maximize salvage. Let's do animal corpses. Survivalist. I guess it would make sense to get this before hunting out the region, but hey, what are we? Think ahead? No. Alright, there's also 3 different tiers of skills. Only 2 are unlocked right now, but don't worry, I will steer you in the right direction.
This is Conrad Roth, captain of the Endurance. We are shipwrecked on an island inside the Dragon's Triangle.
Roth!
Lara!
You're alive!
Easy, easy. Are you okay? What happened?
I remember the beach. Then it went black and I woke up in a cave. There was this crazy man, Roth, and a dead body.
Oh, God. Where are you now, Lara? Are you safe?
It was so horrible. It's all my fault. This is all my fault.
Lara, listen to me. I sent an SOS from the Endurance before I abandoned her. Hopefully someone caught it. I've spoken to the others. We're regrouping at my location.
Please come and get me.
I have to stay here. You can do this, Lara. Remember when we climbed Snowden? You said the key was knowing that all you've got to do is just keep moving. Remember everything I've taught you, Lara. You're ready for this. And keep your radio on.
Okay.
It's actually a pretty awesome character moment right there, and you'll see how she changes as we play through this game. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Kuddlesnot, Episode 1, Darksider. Wow, I'm so used to saying that. Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider 100%. We will get every collectible, every achievement that isn't multiplayer, because I can't guarantee those, although I will probably do something related to that. Alright guys, if you're unfamiliar with how I do my 100% guides, along with just, 100%ing the game, and getting as many achievements as possible, which in this case is all the single-player achievements, I also do a spreadsheet guide, which lays out what I get in each episode, so it's much easier for you to follow along. And if you miss something, you'll be able to tell right then and there, and if you did miss something, you'll much more easily be able to, scrub through, skip back, and see what you missed and how to get it. So if you're a subscriber or you're a Facebook liker and send me a message through there, or send me a message through YouTube, wow, my nose itches, you can get that spreadsheet. It's just a Google Doc link, and I'll send it over to you if you send me that message. That wonderful, beautiful message that says, "Hey, Kuddlesnot, send me that damn spreadsheet, you son of a bitch." And I'll be like, "Okay, you a-hole." I was going to call my, subscribers a-holes. I'm not going to do that because you guys are awesome. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. This has been Kuddlesnot. I'm signing off, and I'll see you again next time in Tomb Raider 100% Episode 2.